Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today is order day. Christina has been waiting for this for a while. Finally getting to it. She wants the Tulip dish. In fact, this was my choice for the last giveaway from Into Resin. So that just got given away on the last giveaway. This is, I only did it once. It was beautiful. Oh, I loved it so much. I hope this one comes out just as well. She also wants the little llama. So it sounds like her favorite color is purple because she wants purple tulips well, I have to do that with a intense color because she wants it poured with a transparent purple. Now this mold is a matte mold. So not sure how the transparent is going to look. I see some powder in there as I'm looking at this. So it may be like a frosted look because it's not going to be like a see-through look being a matte mold. Last time I did this, I painted on pearlescent white mica powder and it was so beautiful. If I remember, I will link it at the end of this video. So if you're interested in that one, you can watch it. Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. And I haven't done it since. I'm so glad she ordered it because I love this mold. She also wants a purple llama and a few of the butterflies that I made to go on there. So I chose the resin dye and I'm going to try the purple. Well, it's called Violet for the transparency. I've got this mica powder from Into Resin. That's like one of their intense. I've got this green from Temu, and I pulled out this purple from About Mica Powder. So we're going to do that. I think this holds 5 and this holds 2, so about 7 ounces. I might make up a little bit extra. I'm not quite sure. So all I'm going to do right now is paint these tulips. Now, clearly the green stained my mold last time. Whatever I used on there, I don't have it anymore because I'm completely out of green. But the good thing about that is I know where all the stems are. So I don't have to like guess and search and wonder. So I'm just going to go ahead and get busy and start painting the flower. And then it's going to be a lot of cleanup. It's going to be probably quite a bit of cleanup. I don't know, maybe half an hour's worth. I don't know, we'll see. But this was the closest purple powder that I had. Knowing it should stay close to purple, it might have usually purples have a blue-purple shift when you're talking about chameleons or intense. So I'm not quite sure if that's the case on this one. But we're going to try it. I know the other ones that I had were a definite blue-purple shift, and I didn't quite see that in this one. So I wanted to take the chance and do it. Of course, you know, I always make sure you guys are happy with your orders before you pay anything. I don't like when people pay up front. That's too much pressure for me. Just way too much pressure for me. If worse comes to worse, it gets sold as a blooper for a lower price if it's like a horrible job. Oops, I don't want to go in there. So I guess what I'm going to do is get all the flowers, and then I'm going to have to clean out all the spaces for the stems before I paint the stems because I don't really want purple in my stems. Like I just got it in that one by accident. That's a flower. Maybe I'll clean it out right now as I'm thinking about it, or I might not be able to find it later. I just got a little bit down in there. I love these little pointy swabs. They really come in handy sometimes. Pull it right out. So I'm kind of glad my mold is stained, which I never ever dreamed I would say that, because it's like a cheat sheet for the stems. So I don't have to guess. I think I was kind of guessing last time. I think I did it pretty good though on the last time. Anyway, I don't think I have like announcements or anything to tell you guys about anything upcoming. If you have an order with me, please be patient. I am so backed up and they keep coming in. So as long as you guys can wait 2 to 3 weeks for orders, that's about what I'm running right now. Because once I get my boxes in from Resin Molds Express, which is coming any day, and also my boxes in from Into Resin should be here any day, then I need to stop orders again and work on those. because they are so nice to give those to me at no charge to show you guys what's going on. So I do need to pause orders when I get things like that. So that's the only thing I think I have upcoming, other than otherwise I've got plenty of orders to work on. But like I said, there is a method to my madness on my channel, and it is what it is. I can't really help that. All right, well, you know what I'm doing. I'm just going to fast forward you so you don't have to sit here and listen to me ramble on about basically nothing. And I'll see you in the end when it's all cleaned and ready.
Brushes in hand and the world is my stage. Colors are loud like they're breaking the cage. Sparkles explode in a radiant haze, crafting a masterpiece that's gonna amaze. Glitz and glitter lighting up the night, painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Dipped in gold with a stroke of flare, diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary into something to tell. Glitz and gold with a stroke of flare, diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell.
I mixed up 8 ounces and I split it 2.5 and 5.5. That way I have an extra ½ ounce. We could always use it for extras. So I'm just going to mix in the dye. Very transparent, even though I don't know what it's going to look like. I think it's going to look like frosted glass. That's just my guess. Like I said, I've only done this one time. So we're going to find out together. I wish it was a shiny plate, but I guess it's not. I think they have, this is from Into Resin, I think they have different plates to choose from. You don't have to have the tulips. I'm pretty sure they have other ones. In fact, when I get to order mine for this month, if I remember, I need to remember, I want to order a different one because I love how this one comes out. So I want to see what they have besides this one. Now, I know it looks dark, but it's really, really light, and that's going to be pretty thin. So look at how light that is. You can't even see the color on it. So I'm going to keep going a little bit longer. And then we'll do the Mica alpaca, llama, whatever you want to call it. I'm not quite sure how to dress her up. Probably put a necklace on her. I don't know how much she wanted done. She told me to go ahead and do what I wanted to do. Okay, so that's pretty light. I'm going to do a few more drops and then we'll be done. That's it, no more. Now I like Let's Resin purple. I have other brands of purple that when you put them in the resin, it's not purple at all. So when it comes to purple dyes and alcohol inks, I do stick to Let's Resin. I don't go outside of that box because their color stays true to what they say it's going to be. Let's see what this looks like. It should be a little bit better. That should be good. I think that'll be good. Let's do this one. I can use this stick, no big deal. Let's get this nice and opaque. I haven't used this powder in ages. I've had this powder since the day I began. This was the first set I ever bought because I had no idea what to buy. And they still sell it today. They have really pretty colors. In fact, I have most of the colors because I expanded my collection, obviously. So I don't really use them all that much anymore, but I wanted to use it today and see what we got because that was a really vibrant purple and we need a little bit more. Let me put a nice scoop in there. And the alpaca as well is a matte mold, so it's not going to be like really shiny and shimmering. Although I don't know if you want your animals shiny and shimmery. I did like my little elks shiny though. They were really cute. I haven't done that elk in so long. A lot of you guys don't even know what craze went on with that little elk. Everybody loved that little elk so much, I ended up making a mystery box, a variety box for that little elk with all his little extras and clothes and hair and hats, and that's how much everybody loved that little elk. It was crazy. I haven't made him forever because I had made so many of them. I figured you guys were getting bored of it. But a lot of the new people probably don't even know what I'm talking about because the channel has grown a lot since the elk days. But that was the cutest mold ever. I ended up getting it in Happy Mail, and oh my gosh, I think hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of you purchased that mold after I started doing that one. I have a whole bunch of them still sitting at my computer that I kept. All right, that looks good. That's pretty opaque. It's going to be opaque anyway because we are pouring it pretty deep into that little alpaca. So let's go get the bubbles out.
Glitz and glitter lighting up the night, painting dreams with fresh shimmer so bright, rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment.
That debubbled pretty nicely for a change. I did get a little jar to prop this guy up just because I'm afraid he might tip over. I'm not going to spray the mold or anything because of the powders in there. Oh yeah, that's beautiful transparent, yet it's still purple. I'm just filling up all these flowers first. I don't want to like squeeze anything or squash anything or poke anything, not in the flowers. So I'm hoping pouring slowly will fill in all those little tips of the flowers and the stems. I do want to go around. Okay, now it's hit the back. I do want to kind of go around with this little tool just to make sure we don't have any bubbles hiding down there. Pretty sure the rim of this plate is shiny. That's the only part on here that's shiny. I see some bubbles coming up, so it's a good thing I did that. Let me move this for now. Yeah, there's a couple bubbles underneath there. There's one right there. Did I get them all? Let's hope I got them all. This is a really, really, really soft mold, so they use like AO softness or OA or whatever order it goes in. So it'll be really easy to demold. Okay, I see some bubbles in there. I'm just gonna get them out with this lighter so I don't ruin the mold with a torch, and then I'll finish pouring it. I love this lighter. I just got this at the Dollar Tree. I was standing at the checkout and I was like, oh, that looks like a torch lighter. I'm so glad I grabbed it. I should go back and get a few more before they're gone. I don't usually go there very often. Let me see. There's a few more bubbles I do need to get out. Let me just open this up again. Whoops. Try to keep your edges clean, then you don't have so much to trim, especially on an order. Now I do have some powders floating. There's really no way around that. I tried my hardest to brush and blow all that extra out, but it's almost impossible to do that. So there will be, I'll try to mix it into the resin once I have it full, just so it's not like totally noticeable, but it's still going to be in there. Come on, bubbles, pop. Just a little bit more. All right, that's good. Just like I thought, about a ½ ounce left. Whew, that thing is like a blowtorch. I think that's good. Just gonna go around one more time. I don't think there's anything underneath there, but you just never know. So if there's a bubble in there, it almost deserves to be there at this point. Okay, I'll hold on to this until I'm done with the alpaca, and then we'll pour her something special for an extra. I think I overfilled the mold a little bit. And I forgot to put paper underneath it, so I'm not gonna slide this one. I'm just gonna leave it right here. And hopefully you'll see everything I'm doing with the alpaca. The only thing I'm gonna do, give him a good spray and squish it around and fill it up. That's it. I'm just gonna squish it around again once I got his head full. See some bubbles coming up there. Just squashing it around, moving it around, trying to get all that little fur coated before we fill it up. I think that's good. This is almost like an easy day. Not a whole lot to do. I won't have a whole lot to finish either, just this little alpaca. And we have some extra, just like I thought. Get the blowtorch out. Those little pieces of mica powder come up in bubbles. And then when you pop the bubbles, it leaves the powder behind. And I generally just kind of stir it like this until it's stirred in. There's a little something in there I don't want. So I'm just going to keep watching for those little mica powder bubbles to pop up. Even after the camera goes off, I will watch it. And when they pop, like I said, it leaves this little pocket of powder. That one's good. So we have almost an ounce in there and a little bit in there. So I think what I'm going to do, I'll pour her a couple of these flowers. We'll do one of each. Let's do this one transparent. Give her a couple of magnets or something. I just poke around, that way I don't get any bubbles. It's worked every time so far. I wish I could find you guys this mold. I don't know where it is. I look every time I make it. I could find 3 of them, but there's 6 of them that I have. I can't find the other 3. Maybe I found it by now. I don't know. Keep checking the description box. One of these days, I'm going to have it for you. Same thing with this one. That looks good. I'm going to keep popping these little bubbles. Man, I could like burn my finger off with this thing. Make sure it's at an angle if you guys go get one of these. That looks good. Let's do a couple more. We'll do this one. This one is a pendant. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fill it halfway with this one and then finish filling it with the mica and see what happens. I had no idea this was a pendant until yesterday when I poured it. And I'm like, what is that perfectly round hole doing in there? Boy, I was shocked to see that it was a pendant. I'm just going to... Maybe I overfilled it every time. Yeah, look at that, because I'm overfilling it. That's why I didn't notice. if you don't overfill it, then the hole will show. So let me get some of this out. That way we can get that hole to show. That might be a crackle effect. I'm not quite sure with the transparent and the mica powder. So we have a little left. What am I going to do? You know what I want to do? Since I've got her some extras, I'm going to grab that turtle mold from yesterday. This one. I'm going to dump everything into 1 cup. I'm going to put mica powder in there because I'm really curious to see if the first one we made, if those bubbles were in the actual mold. Because when I made the second one to test it, the alcohol ink was not showing them. And I'm wondering if it was because it was alcohol ink or if there really wasn't any bubbles in this mold. Because the mold is a matte and shiny mold, if you missed yesterday's video. And I couldn't figure out why I was getting bubbles. I really didn't do anything to deserve them. I took all the bubbles out. So, can I move this? No, I don't want to move it. I'm just going to do it over here. I don't know if you can see me or not. So, let me just stir this together. I might need a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to need to make this a little bit more purpley. Let me go grab the purple again. I'm going to just put a bunch of mica in here. That way we can get, oops, that's not going to work. I need a spoon. A good idea, because the mica powder will show it more than a transparent coaster. Now the only thing is I'm stirring bubbles in. I guess I could run it through the vacuum chamber. I have time to do that. So I think I will do that, so I can't blame myself for stirring the bubbles in. So let me run it through the chamber real quick. Yeah, there were a bunch in there. I'm going to go ahead and spray this one and pour this slow. I don't need a thick coat. I just need enough to cover the surface. It doesn't matter if it's like really pancake thin because it's just to test this mold. And it's going to be pretty thin. I'll save a little bit for, I want to make a couple of turtles that I need. So I'm going to scrape the rest of that. I don't see any bubbles anywhere now. I'm going to continue mixing this in. And we will demold tomorrow. This is just going to sit here overnight because there's no need to heat mat it today. Looks good. Everything looks good. All right, BRB. It's our favorite time of the day, so let's get everything undone. I got a whole entire sheet of little butterflies. They came out so cute and shiny. I need another cup though, because my other cup is running over. So we're gonna fill up another cup. So use every single drop of your silicone, or not your silicone, of your resin. Every drop goes to no waste. Here's the 2 turtles. Super cute. That one. Okay, let's check out the flowers. See how they look. Transparent. That looks, oh, this was the one that was half and half, which is kind of cool. So the outer edge is still transparent and the inner edge is the mica powder. Cool. Pretty nice. And this one, no bubbles. That one looks pretty good. And this one is my favorite. I should have used the other mold that I just made of this. Oh, wow, look at that. I'm gonna like totally overuse this mold, I know it. And this one has the hole in it somewhere. Yeah, right there. Right there for a pendant. So that's cool. All right, let's do this one. This is the one I kind of want to know about. Okay, well that's a good sign. So yesterday's, with all those bubbles right here, must have been my mistake. So thank God it's still okay. I mean, it's really thin. You can't really do much with this. This was just my trial. So, okay, I feel much better about these now. So be very, if you buy these coaster molds, just make sure you have no bubbles in them. Maybe go over them with your heat gun if you don't have a bubble remover or a vacuum chamber. Definitely go over them with a heat gun and pour them thinly. That way the bubbles don't form on that matte part. Oh, I'm so happy to see that. Okay, good, good, good. Let's get this little fella out. See, hopefully there's no bubbles. No, isn't she adorbs? Okay, we're gonna dress her up. It looks like there could have been like a necklace on this in the original mold, because there's like this spot around her neck every single time. So that's where I kind of follow when I put a necklace on them, or maybe a bow on their neck or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do to that quite yet, but we'll do something. I know she wants some of these little butterflies on it, but I'm not gonna put the purple ones on it. I'll put some of my other stash. Here's the other ones. And let's see how this came out. Hopefully decent with the transparent. And let's put this behind it. How did the mold do? Oh, good. Nothing came out. It's definitely transparent. It's not that bad. I did a pretty good job of cleaning. That is really pretty. I might highlight some tips. I'm not sure. There are a couple of bubbles, barely. Not like indenting or anything, but they're in the resin. And I was babysitting this for quite a while last night until no more mica powder bubbles were popping up. So I just need to trim this edge, but it's really pretty. This edge is shiny. You can't tell like a whole lot with this color, but I think we got what she was looking for. I hope so. I hope you like it. I'm going to go back to the email and see. I think she preferred silver over gold if I did any highlights, but I want to check so I don't do the wrong color. And then we'll do something with the llama, and that will wrap up today. I think for just the tips of the flowers, she likes silver better than gold, so I pulled out my silver chrome marker, a really thin one. And I'm not gonna like do a lot. I just want to highlight the ruffled edges of these little tulips. Oops. Not a ton. Just enough to break up that purple a little bit. Other than that, I think it's perfect the way it is. I don't think I would do anything else. I don't want to cover up the edge with rhinestones or anything. I think that's the only part that's shiny on here. And let me just motor through this, and then we'll do something with that alpaca.
Michelle's hands are working fast, creating treasures built to last. A tulip plate with resin glow. Her art reflects the love she knows. A purple alpaca, rhinestones bright. It sparkles softly in the light. A purse adorned, a butterfly too. Each piece a gift, a heart so true. With every craft, her soul takes flight, serving the Lord with all her might. Her art's a hymn, her hands the choir, a glowing spark, a holy fire. She shapes the world with faith and glue, a masterpiece in every hue. Her kindness shines in all she makes, a love that never bends or breaks. Each stitch, each gem, each careful pour is praise to Jesus.
So this is the tulips. What do you think about the silver? I think it just made it come to life a little bit more. I love that green. I need to order me some more from Temu before I can't find it anymore. I don't even know if I can get it anymore, but I'm certainly going to try. That is a beautiful green for the leaves. And I do a lot of leaves, it seems. So I put the pinch bail on here and I put silver on the tips. So that came out cute. And all I did was, I did the silver tips on this one, nothing on this one except the center. I just put magnets on the back of those, and then the flat back bails on the back of these, which are still drying. I have them over on the silicone so they don't attach to my table. I pulled out some markers here. We're gonna do the face, the easy stuff first before I have to think too hard. I did grab a couple butterflies. I was looking for silver butterflies. Apparently, I've never had leftover silver resin for butterflies because I don't have one silver butterfly in there. This is just a fine point Sharpie marker for the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. And then, I'm not quite sure, other than the butterflies. Maybe I'll do silver. Since she likes silver, I'll do like, not really silver, but the diamond-like rhinestones. This goes, there's an indentation on this mold, so you don't have to draw this freehand. I'm just following the lines of the indentation on the mold. It's so cute. This is like my new favorite mold. After I got over, I do kind of highlight the ears though. There's a little curve in there that you can follow. Oh, the hooves. I want to do that. Let me grab the other pen. I already trimmed everything, so nothing needs trimmed. I trimmed the bottom of this, the plates, all the flowers. I always do that before I start anything, just so I don't cut myself. I definitely don't want to cut the customers, but I don't want to cut myself finishing them, so that should be the first thing before you start any finishing, is trim everything. I have sliced my fingers open so many times in the beginning that it wasn't not a lesson I needed to learn twice. Cute, cute. The only thing I would change on this mold is to not have that block of resin in there. But who am I? I'm just the consumer. I'm not the creator. I don't know if you can, well, you actually couldn't be able to do that. Now that I make molds, you would not be able to mold something like that. It would have to be a split mold. And I don't like split molds that much. I don't like that seam. I like everything to be perfect as I can get it. And the seams always get in the way of split molds. That's why I won't make them. I would never be happy selling them to people because I don't like them myself. All right, that was easy. Let's see. Maybe I'll go over just to match the eyes. It's a little different black color. Oh, and I grabbed my little white Sharpie marker just to put a little twinkle in her eye. I get the paint to come down. Little tiny dot of white. Okay. Now I think I will grab, I'm going to do the rhinestones before I put the butterflies on. That way they don't get knocked off. Let me grab all that. I got my diamond-like rhinestones out. She's going to be gorgeous. I have a big one right here for the centerpiece. And I'm just going to take my glue and go all the way around, one at a time. A lot of you I know don't have the patience for this, because it does take some patience. Oh, and make sure you put enough glue, especially on a bumpy surface like this. So I'm just gonna show you a couple, and then obviously I'm not gonna make you sit here and watch me place these one at a time. This shouldn't be so bad. It's not that big of an animal. When you're using, if you've never done this before, you're using a wax tipped pencil of any sort. They have a lot of them on the market. This one is really comfortable because it fits in your hand like that. And then just put the glue where you want it, and you will have to move them. I have my scribe out as well. So if you have to move them, you can just move them where you want before they dry. It takes like 20 minutes. Oops. Just make sure you don't just do what I did and put them on. The hardest ones are these diamond ones because they're clear. And it's hard to tell if they're up or down when you're grabbing them. You want to grab them from the top, obviously. You want the back to get onto the glue, and the glue is going to grab them off of your pencil. Now, if your thing's not picking it up, that means there's dried glue on the tip. You got to get that off. So I generally change the wax in this. It comes in a little package. This particular kind you have to fill with wax, and you just kind of press it down into the wax like this. And then, you know, pull off the extra. But you could buy wax pencils in so many different varieties. Here's a couple of them. This one is really good for teeny tiny pieces because you can get that point really, really pointy. I can't do that with this one. And the same with this one, it's just longer to hold. So if you can't pick it up, that means there's like glue on the tip of that. So every time I go to use my pencils, I always get that glue off first because it's been drying in the drawer ever since the last use. And that's pretty much it. You're just gonna take your time one at a time and shake your little tray, and it flips them over. And that's the gist of rhinestones if you have the patience for it. Some people find it therapeutic. I just turn something on to listen to in my headphones or whatever when I'm on here, so I don't have to just stand in the silence and do this all day. Just like that. See, I'm already half done just by talking. All right, I'm just gonna finish up the other half, and then I'm not sure what else. We'll glue on the butterflies, and that might be it for today. I am gonna start from this side though, because I want the front to be exactly correct. If I have to like move them to make them fit perfectly, like if you don't have, if the last spot is not big enough for a rhinestone, then you just kind of space them while the glue is still wet. So you can use that last rhinestone or space them further apart so you don't have to try to put on that last rhinestone. And then just check them every once in a while. You can move them, but I generally pull out a scribe because it's like a little pointy pencil to me. And this one has a little bit of a bumpy surface, so I'm putting a little bit of extra glue. See how that's not like lined up to the other side? While the glue is wet, you're just gonna wanna move them. And this glue dries pretty strong. I still wanna move it. It's a little bit off center. That's better. That looks better. And I'm gonna move this one back over. And I don't feel like there's enough glue on there, so I'm just gonna squirt it over. It probably was, but I don't know. I'm just gonna make sure and push that back. Though this glue is obviously clear and it dries clear. Look at this, I'm almost done. I don't need to put you in a fast forward because you've already hung in there with me, or you fast forwarded yourself. So I think I'm just gonna let that happen today. All right. Couple more and this one will be done. So as you can see in real time, this one did not take very long. It's just a necklace. Sometimes the glue doesn't catch it and pull it off your pen. That just means you need a little bit more glue there. See how there's only there's space for like one but not two. Oh, maybe I can get two in there. See, I'm just gonna squish them over there so I can get that last one fit in so it's a nice tight necklace. Just like that. And just take your scribe before it's dry and make sure everything is in the place you want it to be, as straight as you can. See, like this one got pushed, or I did it and didn't fix it. I think that looks good. Oh, right here needs a little help. If you have to take them off, you can get them off. It's not impossible. All right, that looks good. Maybe we'll put an earring in each ear. Let me grab a tiny, tiny, tiny one. These ones went somewhere. Excuse me. Let me get a teeny, tiny one for each ear. It's just easier to grab a bunch. Shake your tray. She's gonna have an earring. One there. And I do want to use my other little pencil for these super tiny ones because it has a finer tip. Oh, isn't that cute? Whoops. And one right there. Love it. Oh, I think I see. I pushed it with my hand. That's why. You should like let things dry. So I'm just gonna get them back in place. Did I mess anything else up? Nope, the ears are good. The necklace looks good. Now all I'm gonna do is glue on those little butterflies with my E6000. And I was gonna put one on her head and one on her back. Let's do, you know what? Let's find a little bow. Should we do pink? Or should we do, what did I do with my tweezers? I cannot grab those little butterflies by my hands. They fall every time. I don't know which one should we do. White? Maybe white. Pink? I think I'm gonna grab a bow. See, they're so little. Let me find a bow and then I'll match the butterfly to the bow. I got a couple cute things. I've got a white purse. So I grabbed the white butterfly and the white bow with a silver lining. So I'm just gonna chop off that little hook as close as I can to the handle. This one is really solid. There we go. Get all that sharp stuff off. You can always sand it down, but there's nothing sharp left on there. So first, I'm gonna be careful because I don't want to knock her earrings off or anything. I'm gonna put the bow down with a little bit of glue and then UV resin it. Just the edges to hold it while this glue dries. But before I do the butterfly and the purse, I want to get that, where is, oh, I got my scribe here. All I do is dab a tiny little bit, like a drop of UV resin on my table. Get yourself a little light right here. And very carefully, without messing her up, usually you should wait, but because I'm on a time crunch here, I'm gonna put a little bit of UV resin right there under the bow and then cure it while I hold it down in place. Right, like that. I hope I'm not moving her necklace. And then I'll do the same to the other side. And that just holds this down until the glue dries. Everything is removable if you want to remove it. I mean, most people don't want to remove them, so I do like them to stay as long as possible. Let me put her down. Hold it down and cure it. I do the same thing with the purse because the purse is pretty heavy. There we go. That's pretty good. So typically I will fill that purse up with the glue because it's kind of empty in the back. My glue is almost gone and sticking out a little bit. I'm gonna put the purse right to her front foot. Then I'll take the UV resin and tack it down while it waits for the glue to dry. Right, like that. Here's my scribe. And just grab a drip and put it wherever you think is inconspicuous. I'm just gonna go across the top here and cure it real quick, and that'll help hold it because the glue will take maybe 20 minutes. Hopefully I'm not messing up her necklace in the back. I should be waiting, but I don't have time to wait. Okay, I'm not gonna hold her by the necklace. Let's hold her by the neck. And then I'm gonna do one more drop because it is quite a heavy purse over against this side. And make sure that drop of resin is touching whatever the object is and her, or there's no point. Okay. Where's my light? So cute. She's so cute. Okay, that's solid until the glue dries, and I'm just gonna put a little tiny dab and throw the butterfly right on top of her head and let that cure naturally. And that's it. I think that's everything. Yes, it is everything. Well, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it and we learned something about that turtle coaster. I'm just gonna make sure you cap your glue, otherwise you'll need a pin to go down that little needle hole to open it back up, but it's pretty simple to open it back up. So yeah, guys, thanks for joining me today. Tomorrow, I walked outside today and saw my black bag waiting for me from Into Resin this month. So I'm so excited to open that bag. I don't even remember what I ordered for this month. So we are gonna find that out. Make sure you come back tomorrow and we're gonna do one of them together. Other than that, that's it. I'm gonna get you some pictures, so stick around for those. I hope you guys have a blessed day and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings. A masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew. In every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love.